sizes. There's micro ATX, ATX, there's ultra small form factor ATX, which is like a tiny motherboard. This is just a micro ATX board. It's like the most common. You look at the back of the motherboard and see where all the holes are for the standoff. So you can kind of eye it and figure out which standoffs you have to put in.
Oh, I get.
If you put them in the wrong place, you can short out spots on the motherboard. And we've had people bring them in all the time. You know, the computer won't come on, or they hit the power button and it blinks off right away. And it's because people put standoffs in the wrong spot and they're shorting out things. Just to eye it and see them all before you try to screw it all down. It's these little brass ones. And I like to lay the case on its side.
Ooh, I love the way you dirty type. I can take you home or escape. Ooh, I need your back.
You want to put a different one in or something, you know, or the motherboard goes bad. If you don't tighten these down, when you go to unscrew them, these will unscrew with the motherboard, and then they're really hard to get out because they stick to the bottom of the motherboard. So I have a little tool for that. You can just use pliers though. This is Swiss Army Technician tool. It's got a bunch of screwdrivers and pliers and. And then to make it easier, I like to put the memory and the CPU on the motherboard while it's out, because in there, especially in a smaller case, it's really hard to do. So by habit, I just do it while it's out. It's an AMD A10. It's got the video card built right in the CPU, so it runs cooler. It's more cost effective when you build it. Here's your case sticker. Make sure it's in there nice and tight. I hold it down as I do that just to make sure all the pins are flush. The OEM cooler that comes with it's already got little dabs of heatsink grease all over it. Sometimes you want to put a little bit more on, depending on the CPU and everything, but this one already comes with it. Once you take it on and off a few times, you definitely want to put more heatsink grease on, but since this is a brand new build, it already has some on there.
Okay.
I like to face the cord the direction that it is on the jumper.
Okay.
You can do it either way, but then you got the wire hanging across, and you don't want the wire going over the fan and getting caught in there. So I like to face it this way. Now there's no way that wire is going to get in this fan.
Okay.
These will just clamp down.
Thank God you don't have a flat screen. Please.
16 gigs of Crucial Ballistic Gaming RAM. It's a PC 12800, very fast. So not only can RAM be 4 gigs, 8 gigs, 16 gigs, but they come in different speeds, and that's really makes a big difference of how fast your computer is. If you use real cheap 16 gigs of RAM, the computer's not going to respond and be as fast. This is gaming RAM. It's one of the little secrets to make a computer actually be fast. So it's already got little heat sinks on them to keep them cool. I already touched my finger on the case when we opened it and it sparked. It's a good habit to ground yourself a bunch of times. I don't even know if you taped it when I did it, but I heard a spark. It's just a habit. Whenever I open one, I touch the case and it zaps. that discharges any static electricity. Because one little shock of electricity can affect RAM or make them go bad. These only go in one way. There's a little notch, so when you look at it, you can see what way it goes in. You can't put it in wrong. So if it's not going in right, turn it around. So now the motherboard's all ready to get put into the case. And now I do this end first, so it fits into this back plate.
Make sure it matches on up.
Yep, everything should match up. Keyboard, mouse, HDMI. Before you screw it all down, and I've done it numerous times, usually on the Ethernet, on some back plates, they have this little tab that pushes the motherboard down, and when you go to put it in place, that thing's covering your Ethernet jack. And you put the whole computer together, then you find out you can't plug your Ethernet in.
You're upset.
Then you got to take it all back apart again. This one doesn't have that little tab, so it's not a problem, but there's usually a little metal tab that folds down right here.
Okay.
And you put everything together, and you got this tab blocking your Ethernet cord. So you just got to watch it.
I really want to please you, so get on my laptop so I can download online. I love the way you log on. We can do it all night. I'll make you that good.
Standoff. The board came with a plastic one, just to give it a little bit more for stabilization. When you go to plug in wires and SATA ports and all that, you can push down on it. Had a plastic one that goes there, so we put that there. Here's your fan. There's a little port on the motherboard for that. And now we're going to do the drives. The DVD burner, the hard drives.
Baby, if you sign on, I'ma make you light up. Ooh, baby, if you log on, I'll make you .com.
It's a good idea to keep this in your motherboard box with all your accessories. One day, if you got kids or something, they take one of these and run off with it or something, just to keep it as a spare. That we don't have an empty spot.
Yes.
You see people bringing computers in all the time and they're missing these things.
With you, I get to use my F keys. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to give you. Let my fingers do the talking, baby, please. Baby, I got to see you. I really want to please you. So get on my laptop so I can download online. We can do it all night. Gonna make it .com. Sign on, sign on. Make it light up, light baby, up. Log on. I'm gonna baby, you want this, I know. I can't wait to give you my hard drive, my moonlight. Is this alright, baby? I'm always at your window, ready to shift and control you if you want me to. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Got to say, ooh, say yes, baby.
If you have unlimited space, I mean, you don't want to sift through thousands of useless files. It's good to delete them when you're not going to use them. Cable management, to make it look a little better, you can hide some of the wires behind here. It just makes it look cleaner. You know, the little details make it look better. After we get done, we zip tie them all up, so it's better airflow and it just looks better. These are all in order from 1 to 6. It really doesn't matter what ones you put them in, to be honest. But for the hard drives, I like to do them in order. For 0 is the main drive, 1 is the second drive, and then the CD drive. But
that makes sense.
It doesn't really matter though, because in the BIOS, you can tell the BIOS what drives boot first, second, third, and all that.
Oh.
We'll leave a little space because we still have to plug power into those. And this is the main drive, so I'm plugging it into slot number 1. And this is the last drive. There, so instead of all the wires being all over the place here, they're all kind of just tucked away back there. Some motherboards come with a speaker right on built in, and some are separate. This one's separate, so we're gonna have to put the speaker in also. All that does is when you turn it on, it makes a tiny little beep.
Okay.
And if there's some issue down the road and the motherboard starts going bad or something, usually there's a beep diagnostic code that'll beep 5 times or 3 times. Or that's really good to have if you need it. And pin number 1 is positive, so that's red, and it goes this way. That's it.
Oh.
You put it in the other way, it's just not going to do anything. It gives you an extra USB port for the front. You never have too many USB ports. And then it does all the different kind of card readers. SD is the most common. Card flash and a lot of the real professional, older, like Nikons and Canons. And then all the Sony ones. Those are the most popular ones. So that way you'll be able to plug
A card reader. This is so amazing.
This one, we're going to take this thing out
Okay.
because with USB sticks and memory cards and all that, I just don't feel it's strong enough. I like to use a regular screw on that thing. There. So now it's nice and sturdy, it's not going nowhere. Same thing, I'm going to hide the wire a little bit.
I'm gonna make you, SHERWORLD.com. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
And they say the airflow's better, collect less dust probably too. With all the wires hiding, there's less dust floating all around. On all the wires, there's dust eventually going to pile up. So if all that dust is over there on the side and there's no airflow over there, that's less dust you're going to have to deal with. So that's all cleaned up. And the last thing, oh look, there's 2 more SATA ports. This does 8. It does 8
Wow.
drives.
Wow.
So you can go drive crazy with it. The power supply would go in right there, and then the wires to it. This computer is the CPU. It's not a high consumption processor, even with the video card. It runs cool. It doesn't need a lot of power. It'll keep your house cooler running with a smaller one. It's only going to use what it needs though. So you could put 1,000 watt in here, and it's only going to draw what it needs. If you have a good brand name, like a real 500 or 550, that would be totally sufficient for this build. It doesn't need a 750 or 850 or whatever, but we'll order you a 750 in case you put a gaming card in down the road and you don't have to tear it all apart and everything else. Plus the 750 is going to be more reliable. Actually, I didn't talk about it when I was putting it in, but it's made by ASRock. They're a company that's been around for years and years. They're a sister company of ASUS. ASUS is probably one of the best motherboard manufacturers, and one thing to tell if it's a good motherboard is all these little capacitors, they're solid metal. They're enclosed and they're solid. Motherboards are going to go bad by having a thin wafer board and having old school capacitors that can pop open and break. These are solid capacitors. I would rate this computer to at least last 4 or 5 years, if not longer. Wow. Minimum. I mean, it could go 8 to 10 years, but I can find some old motherboards in the back and show you the difference. Matter of fact, I even have one down here to show people what happens. Capacitors. They're plastic and they still have kind of a metal top to them, but that's a solid capacitor. The whole capacitor is enclosed. These are the old ones. Look what happens. That acid and stuff that's inside of there, that's an electrolytic paste of some kind, it bursts through and comes out. Now you have a bad motherboard. These are solid. But all the little things, again, versus buying a computer at Best Buy or Staples or wherever and having one custom built with all good parts, the little differences are going to make it last a lot longer, be much faster than the other four. So there's always one that's just set off a little bit. That's how you know what way to put it in. So the case has that one little notch to tell you which way it goes in. And it came with screws. These are the coarse thread screws again.
With you, I get to use my F keys. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to give you megabytes. I got all the memory you need. Let my fingers do the talking, baby, please. Baby, I got to see you. I really want to please you. So get on my laptop so I can download.
One of those. This is an 8-pin. Usually the bigger power supplies have an 8-pin. The motherboard only requires a 4, but it's just two 4-pins stuck together actually. So it'll only go in one way. These are extra in case you get a gaming card down the road. An additional one. I'll just tie this up out of the way so you don't, if you ever need it. And then these are for the drives.
I know. I can't wait to give you my hard drive, my moonlight. If this alright, baby. I'm always ready to shift and control you if you want me to. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Say yes, baby. Got to say, ooh, say yes.
Lasts longer. Not only that, when you buy a computer from any retail place, even Dell or anything online, you typically get a 1-year warranty on the whole computer in whole. Your CPU has 3 years. The power supply has 3 years. The SSD has 3 years. That main hard drive, I believe, is a 1 year. Motherboard, again, it's either 2 or 3 years, and your memory is a lifetime.
Wow.
Lifetime memory. So if these get hit by static electricity, lightning, to go out, which they do go bad, they'll have memory errors, and you'll get all kinds of blue screens and stuff down the road. You write the company, there's a serial number on there. You don't even need to have your receipt. Lifetime. So all these warranties and stuff are included in a custom build. And that's a long time. I mean, 3 years by then, 3 to 5 years, you'd be looking at putting different parts in anyways possible.
Right.
And once we get it back into Windows, we have to format the hard drive. Hard drives don't come formatted, so we put 2 hard drives in. Your main one got formatted with Windows. The big hard drive has to be formatted still.
It's nice and quiet too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it boots up. It's like 10 seconds. I would at least say probably over $850 to $1,000.
Wow. So there you have it, folks. Save money and build your own PC, or go to places like Computer Junkies and they can build it for you. And they're professionals, so. What's going on, you guys? Gia, representing Gia's World here. Here is my custom built 632 budget PC. So I'm gonna turn it on, let you see how quickly it operates. Just to let you know, it has 120 gigabyte solid state drive as well as a 2 terabyte hard drive. So this is going to be a pretty fast system, not to mention that it has 16 gigs of gaming RAM. So let's get into the actual process. Honestly say shout out to Computer Junkies. I'll put the information to how you can get in contact with Computer Junkies. They helped with the build. They were amazing customer service, and they also build custom PCs and sell other useful tech gadgets. So if you need that, links to all their information will be in the description box below, and not to mention they're extremely reasonable, affordable, and have great customer service. So let me turn this on. And there it goes. As you can see, this is a very quick boot. So now the point of this part of this video is just to show you how quick you can click on an icon and it will load. So here we go. Clicking on Google Chrome. And just like that, it's ready to go. I have no complaints. Let's do Facebook. Let's just automatically, there you go. Bada boom, bada bang. So, like I said, very excited about this custom build. So, if you are looking for computer people to help you build a computer or any of that, I really would have to recommend Computer Junkies. Like I said, amazing customer service. And like I said, they work with you. They're very reasonable prices. They'll get the parts for you, or you can order your own parts. They'll help you do the build, or they'll do the build for you. Whatever you like. So all their information will be in the description box below. But I can now game 1080p, like I said, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, whatever. Even though I don't really game on the PC, that's an option. What I do play is The Sims 3, Sims 4, I'm back. But I mostly had this built simply for video editing. And with 16 gigabytes of gaming RAM, it's going to be a DDR3. Yeah. And, I got my own solid state drive just for the programs, and then another 2 terabytes for videos, pictures, and everything else. I'm good to go. Anyways, Gia, represent Gia's World. Shout out to Computer Junkies. All their information in the description box below. Deuces.